Welcome back to Uncut Long War 2. Today we're going to get introduced to a soldier that was provided by Andy Schwarzkopf. Every team has members with an affinity for causing destruction on an epic scale. For us, those members have been Buster Doomguy Thompson, Santa the Deliverer Claus, and Ray Artie Palmer. Our newest recruits are looking to claim the spot as the best explosive experts in Xcom. Clancy Camrago, the self-appointed father of all bombs, and Susana Hot Stuff Rodriguez are two wild resistance fighters from the Anarchy's Children resistance movement. We've known about their movement for some time now, but the chaotic nature of their group and its members made us hesitant to recruit any of them until now. Clancy is a charming but arrogant man that has appointed himself as the father of all bombs because of his ability to create exotic improvised explosives. Although some of our grenadiers don't care for his superiority complex, they do acknowledge his skill. He's helped improve the yield of several of our specialty explosives since his arrival. Susana is a pyromaniac. She and her crew of children have been the cause of several fires over the last few months in 3 different Advent cities across the eastern United States. With that in mind, Susana isn't a great soldier, but she was a natural once we taught her how to use the grenade launcher and showed her the incendiaries. We need to be careful though, she nearly set our drill instructors on fire during training. Alright folks, before we jump into the mission that we're doing today, we have to look at the status of the globe. As you can see, things are going pretty well. Since we destroyed an alien facility in Africa, the Avatar project has been knocked down to 4 points away from completion, and that feels really good. We have a lot of breathing room, but to be honest, we don't really need it because we have eyes on 2 objectives that are for the main story that will also knock the Avatar project even further back from where it is. So the next thing we're looking to stop is this mission at the Codex Brain coordinates. So we need to, make contact with New Chile, and then after that there is a mission called the Black Site Data Coordinates, the Advent Forge. So that's the next mission after the Codex coordinates. So we've got those 2 special missions, and then there's, I believe, 2 other special missions after that we have to do, and then we'll be on to the final one, man. So we're getting down to the wire, and because we are getting close to the grand finale of the long-ish War 2 playthrough, we've got to get our supplies in order. So we're doing another landed UFO mission. I almost feel bad that I've done so many of these as opposed to the standard supply train missions, but you know, these are still a lot of fun because I don't normally do as many landed UFOs, so a few ini file tweaks, now I'm getting all the UFOs. So Operation Buried Night, we have to go in, kill all the aliens, and we have to stop them before the locator beacon gets triggered. So let's see which squad is going to do that. Alright, first up we have Jamon, Dr. Jam Silk. He is an infantry, he's got a medkit and a mimic beacon. Then our sharpshooter is J-Mo Chu. He has armor penetrating rounds and the spider suit for access to the grappling hook. Next up, Oliver Jones has the Talon rounds and the battle scanner. He's a rogue. And what's going to be really cool about Oliver Jones is he's a max level rogue. So the initial ability that they get is called Blindside, which makes flanking shots with SMGs deal an additional damage based on his level. So he's going to deal 4 additional damage on targets that he has flanked. And even more than that, he has the lethal ability, which is increasing his primary weapon damage by 2. And the Talon rounds are increasing his crit damage by 1. So basically, if Oliver Jones gets the drop on any one of these aliens, they are gonna fucking die. And I'm very excited to see that. But I've got to contain that excitement. I've had a man crush on Oliver Jones ever since I created him. But that man crush will be tempered by Bob. He's back and he's ready to redeem himself. He was panicking a lot on the last mission he was on, so hopefully that will change. He's a trooper. He's got the tracer rounds and the med kit, so he's got increased aim because of that. Then the Berserker. Grenadier, Morin. He is a ranger. He's got blue screen rounds and a mind shield. He's currently shaken up, so that's why he needs the mind shield. Our Grenadier for the day is Alex Blackcat Harrison. That's a bit of a tongue twister. He is wearing the Mangler chest piece today, so, you know, he might die. He's got the EMP grenade, so that's going to deal big damage to robotic enemies. And he's also got 2 acid grenades because he has the heavy ordnance ability. And finally, Akani Pile is following up the rear as our specialist. She is a combat hacker medic hybrid, so she has 3 medkits with her and the Skulljack, as well as the Magic Man Gremlin for blinding protocol should we need it. So without further ado, let's go secure the disabled UFO. All right, once again, the disabled UFO is basically in the parking lot of an Advent black site, but that's okay. And just by the way, I'm going to address that if you do hear any sort of music in the background and you find it annoying, just know that I find it annoying as well, and it's louder for me. That's just my neighborhood in the summertime. There's always going to be loud music playing from many different ethnic groups. Sometimes it's going to be Spanish music, sometimes it's going to be hip hop, sometimes it's going to be fucking reggae. We're going to get all the flavors here, but in the summertime, people like to come out. It's not even exclusive to the summertime. It's all the time in my neighborhood. There's always loud music playing, but it's more so in the summer than in the colder months of the year. But yeah, that's just the thing that we're gonna have to deal with, and we're gonna have to deal with it together. All right, we can't do anything about it. But the funny thing is, I kind of like it because it's a part of the landscape at this point, and it's just a part of my everyday experience in my neighborhood in the Bronx. And you know, when and if, you know, hopefully I don't end up living here for my whole fucking life, but you know, so I'm gonna say when I do finally leave the Bronx, I'm gonna miss certain aspects of it. And you know, one thing that I miss about the last girl I was dating is not the girl, and I can say that because I know she's not listening. If she is, she's a fucking maniac. But she lived in my neighborhood, so I got to see a lot more of my neighbor, because I don't hang out in the Bronx very often. I usually hang out in Manhattan and Harlem, and every once in a while something will force me to Brooklyn. And Brooklyn, there's nothing wrong with it, it's just very far away from where I live. But yeah, the last girl I was dating, she lived in the Bronx, and she lived very close to where I live. So I got to see a lot of my neighborhood, and I got to appreciate some of the, you know, just some of the qualities of it. I don't want to call it beautiful, because the Bronx is an urban ghetto. Well, it's a bit more of a suburban ghetto, but that's neither here nor there. But it's a ghetto, all right, and so it's not that pretty. It's not so easy on the eyes. I'm gonna check out both of my battle scanners on the first turn. Unfortunately, though, not gonna. We are gonna get something with the second one. We've got just a goon squad, but this is gonna be very difficult, because as soon as we do engage the enemies, then the countdown timer is gonna start ticking off. So we have to make sure that when we start the fight, we are in a position of power, and that we can take advantage of an ambush, so this goes as quickly as possible. You guys kind of know the ropes with these. You guys know my strategy for these. So, but yeah, you know, I got to see more of my neighborhood, and I did develop a deeper appreciation for it. You know, everybody's got pride in where they live, right? But when you hang out there, and when you explore it a little bit more than usual, you develop a different level of appreciation for it. And you know, just walking around, and you know, walking by the projects, and you know, hearing the music coming out of people's windows, and you know, just stuff that I would see in general, but I was seeing it more often. It gave me this extra appreciation for this shitty neighborhood that I live in. And I have headphones on right now, and I keep hearing footsteps coming from behind my squad, and I'm very worried that there is a sectopod behind me. And if there is, like, holy crap, that's going to be stupid. But that wouldn't make sense if there was. So I think at this point we do have to start, because we've got most of our guys have been pretty much compromised. But we're in a powerful position to start. If all goes well, we will instant kill all the targets because of the Overwatch ambush. So let's go in and do this manually for a lot of these guys, because they've got pistol secondary weapons, and I've never bothered to go in and tweak the Overwatch all mod, so I don't have to do this because I'm an idiot. But that's okay. You guys still love me anyway, right? Even though I'm stupid. I don't know. I wouldn't love me if I was stupid. Yes, I would. Of course I would. Yeah. Yeah. All right, we're going to kick this off with a sniper shot on the Mutin. I'm going to save the Codex for last, because Morin will most likely have line of sight on it wherever it decides to scamper, and then he will... Matter of fact, we're going to start it with Morin. Fuck out of here, because he's got the blue screen rounds, and that's going to dookie blast the Codex, so we may as well get it while the getting is good. And I totally forgot to Overwatch Black Cat Harrison, so... And I forgot to Overwatch Akani Pele. What the hell am I doing? I'm all messed up, guys. But let's do this. The Berserker. Getting that instant kill. 16 damage. Way more than necessary. And now everyone is going to unload on the Mutin. This is brutal. He's probably feeling bad. We're not even going to need all the shots. Brutal. We folded him in half. And Morin can still go on Overwatch because he had the light him up ability. So he had an extra action point. So let's see if we get any triggers from the other pods that activate. We got the goon squad that we uncovered before. And the countdown timer is going to start ticking off, so we are going to have to get the hustle going. I would have liked to get a bit closer before starting this off, but it should be all right. We got the Sectopod. 40 points of health and 6 points of armor. That is ridiculous. And we've got an Andromedon and a Naja Serpentis in the back. That thing is going to be a big issue for us because it's going to continuously snipe us while it's out of range, and then 2 heavy mechs to round out the enemy forces. Oh no, it's a heavy mech and a mech longbow. So the longbow's got long range rockets. The heavy mech is just a beefier version of the standard mech. A lot of stuff to deal with. This is going to be rough. Countdown is active. So let's see if we can make this happen.
It's some kind of distress beacon. You need to get inside that ship and shut down the signal before they send their whole fleet after us.
But yeah, you know, it's not Stockholm syndrome or anything like that, you know, developing an affinity for the ghetto, but there is... We all like where we come from, you know, or actually that's not true, because some people don't like where they come from, and they want to get away from it as quickly as possible. But I like where I come from, you know. I'm not ashamed to admit where I come from and how I've grown up, and that's a good feeling, to have pride in my borough and all that stuff, you know, especially New York City, man. Dude, I love telling people I'm from New York. From New York. It makes me feel like a badass, you know? Because there are very few places in the world that just make you feel cool just because it's where it is, right? You know, if you're from Kentucky, I mean, yeah, they got the fried chicken, like, whatever, like, who gives a fuck? But if you're from New York, that resonates in ways that it doesn't with other things. Now, because J-Mo Chu has the snapshot ability, he's out of range for that heavy mech, so we're going to have to start advancing him if we're going to make use of him. But he's spec'd to be a gunslinger, so he's got a lot of pistol ability, so he wants to be closer up to the action anyway. The only trouble is going to be getting him closer to the action as safely as possible. So for now, we're just going to inch up very slowly and hunker down. Or, nope, still too far. So yeah, we'll just inch up very slowly and then hunker down. You know, but yeah, you know, and no offense to anybody that doesn't live in the greatest city in the world that is totally better than Dubai and other places in the world that are better than New York City. Just because like New York City is better than other cities just because it's New York City. It doesn't even have to actually be better. It just is. Because and that's kind of ridiculous, but it's the truth. So let's take a peek inside the heavy mech, see if we can shut it down. I'm most likely not going to be able to control it. Yeah, the control is a bit risky for that one, and I'm not willing to take that risk. So I'm going to go for the 88% chance to shut down. Damn, I should have went for the control. Shit, I fucked up. All right, that's okay. But, you know, New York City is the only city in the world that can just be the best because it is, and it doesn't even have to have the credentials to be the best. You know, it's kind of like America. New York City is a small scale version of America because America and Americans are obsessed with calling themselves the best nation in the world, even though we're like 5th at everything. And you know what? I'm gonna send a rocket at this heavy mech, and maybe that's gonna destroy the floor. No, not gonna no, it's not gonna. Yeah, we're not gonna get any falling damage on it. The alien structures are too powerful for us to blow up in that way. So it's unfortunate. But to finish this off, we do have to hustle. The question just is how we go about hustling. And I think the answer to that question is I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know what to do. Yeah, I'm really not sure. I'm at a bit of a loss for this one. I guess I'll just creep up a little bit in Overwatch, but the time crunch is very serious. So the next turn is gonna have to be a lot more aggressive than this one because this was pretty slow. I suppose a safe bet is to get the Mimic Beacon out early to mitigate a little bit of damage, and we'll see how this plays out. And holy crap, I have a lot of soldiers.
Roger that.
I really hope you can hear the music outside. I mean, as long as it's not Daddy Yankee, then I don't care. Like, you know, I don't mind getting a little bit of bachata or whatever. The frickin' Sectopod is completely ignoring the Mimic Beacon, so that's a bit disheartening, and it's charging up its Mega Laser, so that's gonna force some movement on us. The Elite Lancer not in range of the Mimic Beacon, so he's gonna take a shot at Bob, and that's gonna connect. Fortunately, though, he's not going to panic, so that's one silver lining. The mech longbow, though, is going to take the bait, which is good for us. The fire is getting worse here. The car is not going to explode just yet, so we are going to get to move out of the way of the imminent danger. But, man. Sheesh. Sheesh. I don't think we're going to win this mission, actually. It seems like there's too much stuff. So we've got a frickin' Sectopod charging a Mega Laser, and I don't know the exact radius of that blast, but I can guarantee that Akane Pile is standing within it right now. So the first thing we have to do is move her to a different position. And we do have capacitor discharge, which has a small chance to shut down mechanical enemies. So because we can hit 2 birds with 1 stone here, or zap 2 robots with 1 gigantic electric shock, we're going to go for that. And if we get the shutdown, oh lord, that is going to feel really good. So let's see what we get from this. Capacitor discharge. Zip, 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 boom. It's only going to do 3 damage. For some reason, I think the armor applied to that, and we didn't get the shutdown, but we did get a big chunk of damage on the longbow. So, could have been worse, but it still could have been much better. Now, Bob is about to get serious. Now, as you guys may remember, he used to shoot rabbits while he was on the farm, and that made him a very good shot. There's a cool ability on the trooper class called Lucky Shot. It allows you to get a 100% chance to hit. It is supposed to also ignore armor, but it's a little bit bugged and it doesn't work that way, so it's a bit unfortunate that we don't get that added benefit, but it's still cool to get a guaranteed shot from time to time. And there we go. It's going to graze the second hit, which is a bit frustrating. But that's XCOM, baby. Amazon Alexa thought, fun fact, I have an Amazon Alexa, and sometimes she thinks I'm talking to her even if I'm not. And right now I am totally not talking to her. We're actually not on good terms right now. That was stupid. That was a dumb joke. Anyway, yeah, you know, you know, you know, if you live anywhere besides New York City, there's nothing wrong with that, obviously. But just know that I always kind of feel superior when I find out that you know, whenever I meet somebody that's not from New York City, I just instantly get this really dumb superiority complex. I'm like, oh, well, you must not know all the things that I know about random stuff that only New Yorkers need to know about. And you know, I just get like all fucking cocky, and it's like, oh, I am from the greatest city in the world. And it's stupid, but we all get like that. Everybody that was born in this freaking city, whether they admit it or not, gets super arrogant when they talk about the city. And the EMP grenade has a dumb radius that is freaking huge, so we're gonna send it out. I don't know if this it does have a chance to disorient mechanical units. I don't know if it has a chance to stun or anything else, but what better way to find out than by launching it? So it's pretty cool that because the sectopod is sticking its head through the roof, that it is, you know, taking damage. Boom. Did we shut it down? I think we shut it down. Yes. We shut down the sectopod. Oh, this is perfect. We got this in the bag, guys. All right, so since we got the shutdown, I can feel a lot more comfortable about certain moves. I was probably going to do this anyway, but we're bringing Oliver Jones up. He's going on that super secret spy mission right now. He's going to be the one to deactivate the beacon when the time comes. And to finish things off, we do still need to be aggressive, but there aren't any safe aggressive moves we can do. So I'm going to Overwatch, and Alex Black Cat Harrison has Implacable, so he can move again, but there's not really anywhere good for him to move. And we do... Oh, I forgot we have one more shot with J-Mo Chu. So we'll take it on the Elite Lancer. Missed. That's fine. It's not fine, but that's how I make myself feel better. End the turn. Yeah, you know, we're an arrogant bunch. The New Yorkers, we're weird. And I'll give you a pro tip and this is just a pro public transportation tip. It doesn't matter if you're in New York City, if you're anywhere that has public transportation. Let's say you're on the bus and there's traffic, right? And you're thinking, man, I'm only 5 blocks away. I could just get off and walk. But if you think about that for more than 30 seconds, shit, Bob's bleeding out. If you think about it for more than 30 seconds, you have to stay on the bus. It's the concept of committing to the wait. If you wait a certain amount of time, and then, damn, man, everybody getting fucked up right now. Like, if you wait a certain amount of time on public transportation while it's being delayed, you can't get off. Because if you do, then the second you leave, the public transportation is just going to start moving again. It's just the natural order of things. And the beacon is significantly closer to us than I was expecting it to, so we can be a bit more passive about the way we continue to advance. But that doesn't mean we can rest comfortably because there are still plenty of aliens to deal with. But we do have a lot of explosives. Ah, shit, Oliver Jones is flanked. Oof, but because he is standing by himself, he has extra defense, I believe, from the Lone Wolf ability, which is pretty cool. Okay. That was stressful. Not gonna lie to you. That was a lot. That was a lot. And that was a big deal. Holy crap. Now here's where it gets stupid. Here's where it could all go wrong. These are the moments that you live for in XCOM. These are the moments that make 400 hours of gameplay worth it. The situation we're in now, we have to kill the majority of the enemies that are on the map or else we fail the mission. So we have to kill a fuck ton of enemies in one swoop right now or it's game over. So strap in, boys and girls. I'm about to do some next level shit. Maybe. Maybe. It might go horribly wrong. But I hope it doesn't. Alright, so first things first. First things first, we have to consider the options that we have available to us, right? And the first option and arguably the coolest one is airdrop. So we can toss somebody a grenade. And I think giving Oliver Jones a plasma grenade will be a pretty cool idea. Because then he can get some area of effect damage on these two guys and bruise them up pretty well. But that may destroy his cover in the process, so that's kind of risky. So I'm gonna come back to that thought, and I'll start things off by doing a nice wombo combo on this Elite Lancer. Lightning Hands, it's a free action with the pistol. 3 damage, not too much, but it's just enough to get him into the danger zone. And then we take another shot with the pistol. He had the quick draw ability, so if the pistol shot is his first action, then he gets to do it for free. And now we will take our final shot at the heavy mech because he has armor penetrating rounds equipped, so we're going to ignore those 2 points of armor. 83% chance to hit. There's no way it's going to miss. Damn fucking right. I'm feeling hype now. If you guys don't feel the hype, then you're doing it wrong. Because I'm feeling the hype right now. Now, here's where it gets a little weird. Here's where it gets a little tricky as well. Our line of sight is a bit off, right, with some of our guys. Morin, for example, he's not in an effective position right now. So he can't do jack. Yeah, he can't really do anything. And he's bruised up anyway, so I wouldn't even really want to move him. But we've still got other options. Now, here's where it starts to get stupid. I've got ideas, people. I've got ideas, and none of them are good. They're all really reckless and bad. But I think I'm gonna make them. I think I'm gonna go with all the bad ideas. That's what I'm gonna go for. And bad idea number 1: throwing an acid grenade in the doorway that I need to run through to get to the objective. Let's do it. So it's a bad idea, but we're getting damage on 3 targets, and we're getting that damage over time effect as well from the acid. It missed. Grenades aren't supposed to miss. You gotta be fucking kidding me. What? Anybody here watch Anger Management before? I believe the word is goose frappa. That's an old reference. I wonder how many people that goes straight over their heads. Alright, the only thing I can think to do, I'm going to give Oliver Jones aid protocol, and then I'm going to use the super ability for the rogues. It is called Blaze of Glory, and I'll explain what it does in a second. To start things off, though, I'm going to take a shot at this Advent Sentinel to possibly get rid of his Overwatch. It'd be nice if I do. Boom, 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 boom. Got rid of the Overwatch. So that's nice. So now we're gonna go out in a blaze of glory with Oliver Jones. So what that means is we're going to move into the center of all the enemies. And you might be thinking, no, Rob, don't do it. Don't sacrifice Oliver Jones like that. Don't worry. He's about to get crazy. So this is the coolest ability that anyone has ever conceived. Oliver Jones is about to shoot at every single enemy that he has eyes on. And if you'll remember the way I explained Blindside, he's got a whole bunch of enemies flanked right now. So he's going to do some serious damage to any target he hits. Now, the crazy thing is, he's out in the open. And everybody could take a shot at him after he does this Blaze of Glory thing. But Oliver Jones is a fantastic actor. As soon as Blaze of Glory is finished, he's going to fake his own death. So here we go. The second shot is going to connect. That's 2 down. That's 3 down. Fuck out of here. That's not 4 down, but still. Damn, he dodged out the way. He's a fast one, but his friend, not so lucky. Naja getting shot in the face. The rampage is over. Oliver Jones is hamming it up. He's having a little mini heart attack there. And there you go. Bruv, look, the rogue class mod, I don't enunciate well when I say rogue. Rogue, R-O-G-U-E. The rogue class mod is the most amazing community-made modification in Xcom. End of story. It is the best community-made soldier. Just because of that one ability. I can't even fathom how something like that is coded. But like whoever made it, I'm gonna splash your name on the screen right now, but like just it feels so freaking cool. And that ability is, it's very what? Alright, apparently even if you shut down the sectopod, it continues charging and will fire the charged laser as soon as it wakes back up. And it's setting itself on fire from a little bit of pool of acid that was left over from the grenade that missed. But yeah, it's such a cool mod, and that ability is not balanced at all. But neither is the Long War Alien Pack. It's this the idea is there's so many different difficulty mods that I have installed that, and a clearly overpowered ability like that one is no longer that ridiculous. Now, Bob only has 2 turns left, so we've got to get him a med kit. I forgot who has the other one besides Akani Pile. I think it's Jamon. Yeah, it's Jamon. So we're gonna have to no, Morin doesn't have one. Yeah, we're gonna have to pull Akani Pile back so she can do some healing. I was originally going to use her to zap the sectopod, but that's not gonna happen. Hopefully though, double tapping from Jamon Silk might be enough. Ooh, I have another grenade. It's okay. I don't have to worry about double tapping. But this is gonna hit Oliver. Shit. Even though Oliver's faking his death right now, he can still take damage from stuff. But a little bit of wiggling, and I can get a trick shot. So, if you'll, I'll edit this part out because this is silly. Me trying to get a trick shot. Okay, there we go. I think that's the best I'm gonna get with my trick shot. It's only hitting the sectopod, but it's avoiding Oliver Jones. And we're going to shred off all of its armor. There we go. So bubbles plus acid grenade equals no more armor on the sectopod. So now we tab back over to Dr. Jam, and we about to start playing a fucking song over here, man. First hit, it's going to connect. Big chunk of damage. It's only got 3 health remaining, and that 3 health is about to go down. Pat, pat, pat. Oh, that's right. They blow up when they die. That could have hit Oliver Jones, but it didn't. So it's okay. So yeah, we're in a very good place. All right. The only downside to this is that the Advent Sentinel, it's got a decent accuracy rating and it's on Overwatch, so I want to try and get rid of that. So roll the dice. I was thinking I should have blown on him, but apparently my luck is running very well today. And now to finish things off, Akani Pile has to go do her medic duties and rush to the aid of Bob, which is a little bit worrisome because she might elicit the grenade response from the Andromeda. It has a very powerful and very frustrating acid grenade, but I hope that this doesn't cause it to do that. So let's just cross our fingers. But I believe the Andromeda and probably a Chrysalid soldier, let's be real, are the only things left on this mission. So we're pretty much in the bag. I think Oliver Jones is going to be faking his own death for 2 more turns. So Morin is going to have to be the one to do the objective, most likely. But if he gets punched in the face, then it's not going to be him. So, I gotta be smart about this. Because Morin might get punched in the face. Ooh, Morin might get punched in the face. Ooh. I'm scared now. Alright, we're going to suppress the Andromeda. And even though I can move with Oliver Jones, I think he's still playing dead. Yeah, he's still playing dead. I can't do anything with him. Alright, I'm going to end the turn. I hope it's not bugged or anything. Alright, the Andromeda moving straight through the suppression. It's going to trigger. We did connect, but it is not a mechanical enemy just yet, so we didn't get any bonus damage. And it's just going to go on Overwatch. That's the safe move that it can do. We don't have to stress too much about that. Now, Bob, stabilize. Whew. We did it, guys. We did it. Ah, and Oliver Jones is back on his feet. Shit, it is bugged. I can't move him. Alright, I'm just gonna have to teleport him to Cursor. It's fine. It's not a big deal. Can I shoot with him? Yeah, the ability is a little bugged. So, okay. I've used the ability before and it worked fine, but you know, sometimes shit just doesn't work the way it's supposed to. And you know, that's obviously the danger of playing with mods. Yeah. Unfortunately, it is bugged, and I can't move Oliver Jones anymore. And that is the danger of playing with mods. Sometimes the shit just doesn't work. And I do feel like I have to give a little disclaimer that Xcom itself is not a super buggy game. It's not perfect as far as optimization is concerned, but it's, you know, it bugs a little bit sometimes. But a lot, and anytime you guys see any sort of, you know, glitches or whatever, most of the time it's because I have a fuck ton of mods installed, and whenever you modify a game, it causes some problems. So a cool ability for the infantry is escape and evade. It allows them to gain concealment with a very tiny detection radius. We can't really see that because there are no enemies around, but this is going to allow us to sneak over towards the objective, and we will activate it on the next turn, and we also don't have to worry about triggering the Overwatch from our friend the Andromedon. I always say it wrong. But to wrap things up, we'll just Overwatch, and we'll take a shot, and then we'll suppress it again. To wrap things up, yeah, this is gonna go straight by it. Yeah, we got this in the bag. We got this in the bag, folks. Oh, I don't have enough ammo to suppress. Well, close the door. Fuck him. He could probably still shoot people through the door, because this game is stupid. I mean, we do have other people that can do things. Alex Black Cat Harrison is still, you know, he's still a thing, but he can't really get into effective range at this point. So we'll move up, and ooh, no. Now I'm a little bit worried about Oliver Jones, even though I can't. You know what? Fuck it. Since he's bugged, I'm just gonna move him somewhere. Alright, since Oliver Jones is bugged, I'm just gonna, like, move him around. Just so he doesn't get instant killed by the Andromeda. And he's gonna Kool-Aid Man through the door and he's going for the right hook on the Berserker. And even with the aid protocol, it's going to connect, and he is now bleeding out. So that is terrifying. But it is what it is. Thankfully, he's bleeding out, and he's not dead. So, as you know, I'm not stressing it. But now, we get to do our hack workstation thing. And we got this in the bag. Oh, jeez. Alright, look. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm gonna cheat. Alright, and but the only reason I'm gonna cheat is because Oliver Jones is bugged, and if he wasn't bugged, this wouldn't have happened. So, I'm gonna cheat in order to save Morin the Berserker, right? So the problem is, he punched him in the face, and now he's bleeding out, and then he shot Jamon Dr. Jam Silk, and now he's bleeding out as well, which is totally manageable. And what I would have done if Oliver Jones wasn't bugged out a considerable number of turns ago, I would have moved into position with him and shot the hell out of the thing, and then I would have called down the Sky Ranger. I would have done like this, boom, Sky Ranger, hello, and then I would have evac'd him before he bled out to death. But because Oliver Jones bugged out because of that ability, which was still really amazing despite, you know, the anticlimactic finish, I'm just going to cheat because I know in my mind how this would have played out had Oliver Jones not been bugged, because I've played XCOM for 400 hours, so I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Totally justifiable cheating right here. So, power up. Boom. So now, everybody's got magical powers, and we can sprint and run around and just be super cool. And our action points get instantly reset. And then we can go do stuff like this. We can shoot this guy in the face. Wham! I mean, that wasn't as much as I was hoping for. Just everything is anticlimactic now. Maybe I can... No, I still can't move Oliver. What else can I do? Well, I've got a gun pointed right at him. May as well use it. Pat, 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 pat. And still not dead. Look how beefy this thing is. Pat, 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 pat. And one more time. Pat, 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 pat. Pat, 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 pat. Alright, so yeah. We did it. The ending was a little bit odd, but just trust me when I say we did this legit. It was justifiable cheating. What is my cheat counter up to at this point? I think I've cheated 3 times, or maybe it's twice. I'm going to say 3 times to be safe, but every time that it happened, I don't feel bad about it. You guys know I'm a dirty, dirty cheater. There's only been one person that's ever got mad at me for cheating in XCOM, and it was on Reddit, and to that person I still say fuck you. I don't even remember who you are, but you know who you are. They probably don't. They're probably just trolling anyway. And it worked, because I'm still mad about it. I was talking about cheating. You may or may not remember, but I was talking about cheating because of... because I had a bunch of difficulty mods installed like I have now. And there was this one mission where I was fighting the Archon King. And I tried it 5 or 6 times, and I couldn't beat it. So I said, fuck it. And I put in all the cheat codes, and I beat the mission. And I felt no shame about that, and the guy was getting on my case about cheating. Let me tell you something. I paid my $60 for this game, and I paid for all the DLCs. I'll cheat if I want to. I'll do whatever the hell I want with my money that I spent on the game. If I want to put the XCOM game on a flash drive and then eat it and then defecate it out so that... I don't know why anyone would do that. But if I wanted to, I could, because it's my money. I'll spend it how I want. And I'll do whatever I want with it. Alright? So this got weird right off the bat. Whenever I'm on this flight back home, can you imagine how bad I would be, you know, coming home from a vacation on a long flight? The ramblings would get ridiculous. Coming home from the Bahamas, everybody got a nice tan. Everybody laid back, and I talk about eating a flash drive with a copy of XCOM 2 on it and then defecating it out when I get home. What? That just killed the whole vacation, didn't it? That just, like this part at the end always erases You know, if you guys were starting to think I was some sort of deep introspective person when I was talking about New York City and all that stuff, all of that's gone now, because I'm talking about shitting out a digital copy of Xcom on a flash drive. 64 gigs. That's that expensive stuff. High quality. You know what I'm talking about. Let's just see if anybody got a promotion. Yeah, that's uncut for you, right? Boom. Everybody looking swag-tastic. No promotions to give out. But still, I'm happy we made the flight back. And nobody's dead. So on that note, we got 222 supplies, some Illyrium cores, a whole bunch of stuff, man. I'm not going to read it all out. Just know we did really well. And I'm very happy about what happened today. So on that note, the name of the game, come on. It's XCOM 2. The name of the channel is iBluairJgR Gaming for Comedy. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.